Hello everyone and welcome to our next episode of Wrestlemania. Today we are finishing off with 3 more matches that are going to be in real life in Wrestlemania this year, so it'll be a chance to see what the game thinks is going to happen. Braun Strowman, Shane O'Mac, Bad Bunny The Miz, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair. And here we go then, kicking things off with a steel cage, Shane O'Mac versus Braun Strowman. Now I hope for all that is holy in this world that Braun Strowman wins this match, but I would not be surprised if they give it to Shane. If they do give it to Shane, I can only imagine it's going to be something dodgy, like Shane aligns himself with somebody that helps him win the match, or it could be one of those stupid ones where Strowman throws Shane through the cell or through the cage and ends up hitting the floor first. It could be one of those stupid things, but they've done that before. They did it before with Strowman. Didn't he defeat, or didn't he lose to Lesnar that way, or lose to Reigns that way by launching him through the cage to the point where his opponent hit the ground first, even though it didn't work? Or was it? No, it was Reigns and Lesnar, wasn't it? Didn't Reigns like spear Lesnar through the cage or something? And it was a weird one. But yeah, I would be annoyed if Strowman didn't win this. But as always, like we did yesterday, let me know what you think is going to happen in the comment section down below. Where do you see this match going in real life? And of course, if you're not already, make sure you're joined up to our Discord channel. There is a link in the description down below. If you already have Discord, the link should automatically put you straight into our group. If you don't have Discord, the link will take you to Discord to create an account. And their new generation has very kindly created a predictions tab for WrestleMania. So you guys can have your guess on who you think is going to win the WrestleMania matches. And it's going to take a brave man to bet against Braun Strowman, I think. But like I said before yesterday, it's not the stupidest thing WWE could have done. Braun now slamming Shane down. There we go. So I just had a drink there. Braun now slamming Shane face first off the top rope. Hitting that turnbuckle pad hard, face first. And now Braun going to take Shane up on the shoulders and flops him down face first. Sheer brutality by Braun Strowman. Strowman now gut wrench suplex. Strowman now dropping down into the pin. Of course, I've got no idea what the count is currently, but it's not enough to get the free count. Strowman now lifts Shane McMahon up into another gut wrench, and Shane is just being tossed around here like a cheap piece of meat. Of course, 3 matches on tonight's card. Like we said, we've got this one to start things off. Next up, we've got Bad Bunny going up against The Miz, and then we've got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair in the main event of the evening, which has been confirmed as the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania. Strong right hand again there by Braun Strowman, and the big boot in the spine. So yeah, I'm fully on board for Strowman winning this one. But again, let me know what you think is going to happen down in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are part of the Discord, make sure you filled out those forms as well. Be fun to see who gets the most correct answers. As Shane now trying to climb and escape, but Strowman straight back up, sending Shane into the cell. Now a clubbing blow into the back of Shane. Shane drops back down into the ring, gets caught by Braun. Braun now propping Shane up against the ropes. Big strike. Braun now bringing Shane back up to a standing base once again. Braun now, big clubbing blow on Shane again. I don't think Strowman's got any interest in escaping the cage here. It seems like he just wants to continue beating up Shane McMahon. And here he goes again, sending Shane straight into the ring. I mean, that is something I can see happening, you know. I can see them using that spot of Braun throwing Shane through the cage, and it would be the sort of thing that Shane would agree to do as well. We know what he's like. We know the spots he's willing to take. He's an absolute madman, so it would not surprise me at all if this is the way the match ended. But still, it's either going to end... The only realistic ways for me it's going to end is Braun Strowman hammering Shane, Shane getting an interference victory, or Braun just throwing Shane straight through the cage, which is what Braun is still doing now over and over again. Braun just absolutely destroying Shane O'Mac, and Shane now with a jawbreaker. Sending Braun off the ropes. Big knee in the gut. Again, off the other rope, another big knee in the gut. And a Russian leg sweep here by Shane. Shane now dumping his body weight onto the spine of Braun Strowman. Clubbing blow into the back. Shane once again bringing Braun back up to his feet, and all of a sudden Shane is getting some offense here, swinging with the punches, and Strowman's down. Only a 2 count. Shane now sending Strowman into the corner. And Shane now lining up Strowman. This is big. If he can hit the coast to coast here, this is a huge coast to coast by Shane O'Mac on Strowman. Shane, this is your chance to escape. Shane, this is your chance to escape. He doesn't. He goes to the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, and Braun Strowman kicks out on the brink of 3. Shane should have climbed it. Shane should have climbed and tried to escape there for me. He has missed an opportunity. Shane looking to rock those strikes once again, but Strowman fighting back. Another big shoulder blocks into the gut of Shane O'Mac. Strowman now dragging Shane across the ring once again up against that rope. He's enjoying throwing Shane into that cage, isn't he? He's really enjoying that tonight. And it can't be long before Strowman just decides to finish Shane off here, can it? Strowman, like I said, no interest in climbing the cage at this point. He just wants to cause as much damage to Shane as possible. And he definitely seems to be getting his wish here, doesn't he? Springs him off the ropes, clubbing blow into the back. Another stiff clubbing blow into the back. And then into that submission. We saw him use this a lot in his early WWE career, putting people to sleep left, right, and center. And I think Shane is out. Shane is out. Braun drops him to the ground, and Braun takes the victory and the ranking point. And like I said, this is... Shane can't win WrestleMania clean. Surely Shane cannot be allowed to win that match at WrestleMania clean. It would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. So this result, I think, for me, is realistic. And like I said, it's either going to be this. It will be a Shane win via an interference from somebody helping Shane win the game. Or it will be Strowman throwing Shane through the cage and Shane hitting the floor first. Those are the only 3 things I can see happening. But for me, I'm going with a Strowman victory. Shane had his opportunities, though. He did well in this match, to be honest. But that's a well-earned ranking point here for Braun Strowman. He does need one, so I'm sure he'll happily take it as well. Well, there we go. Shane McMahon defeated in the opening match of WrestleMania by Mr. Braun Strowman. And Braun was able to choke him out using that hold. Shane was dead and buried, weren't he? Just flopped, look, just completely went limp. And that was enough for Strowman. Well, there we go. Match 1 done and dusted. Let's move on to match number 2. Another one which I really hope is going to go one way, but let's find out. And here we go then, second match of the evening. Now, this is my second attempt at recording this. Not because of any bugs or anything, but obviously, as you might be able to tell from the earlier parts of the video, when I recorded this video originally, this was supposed to be a one-on-one match. It has now been changed by WWE a few days before WrestleMania into a tag team match. So I'm re-recording just this match to obviously take that into full effect. And it's also a great chance now for Miz and Morrison to get themselves some ranking points in the tag team division as well as in the singles division. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with this one. When this was supposed to be a singles match, I said quite clearly that I hope to high heaven the Miz gets the victory, although I know he's not going to. But now it's a tag team match. I feel like it could go either way. I feel like they're going to push the strength of Damien Priest. He's going to 2-on-1 a lot of it. And maybe Bad Bunny will come in and get the victory towards the end. But I can't see anything past this match now, to be honest. I really can't. I can't see any other result in this one now, apart from Bad Bunny getting the win. It's just going to happen. It's just WWE, isn't it? It's just what they do. You know what? Fair dues to them. If it does well for them, if it gets them some money, then well done. I mean, I've not really watched much of it. I don't know if this Bad Bunny guy is going to be any good in the ring. I know he hit a crossbody at one point, which was okay, but we'll have to wait and see at WrestleMania, I suppose. Not something I'm looking forward to. I must admit, I'm not even looking forward to WrestleMania at all this year. Last few years, I got into the habit the last like 5-10 years of watching it live and having the next day off and enjoying myself and having a few days off work afterwards. This year, I just can't be bothered. I don't know what it is. I've really lost a desire for WWE at all now. I'm even NXT, I've just sort of gone off a bit now. I think it's with the network change. I think it's more in the UK. I think changing across in the UK to BT Sport, which is a more expensive way for us to watch it. I mean, I say I'm not going to be paying like £30 or £40 a month to watch WWE. Or what would that be in dollars? Like $60, $70 a month to watch WWE? Who's doing that? So I just haven't. So yeah, I've been watching AEW. I watched that for, I think that's like, I can watch it free, but I pay the £3 a month to get it all live. So I watch it on Fight TV. So yeah, I'm not really that excited this year. But yeah, this match is one of the... I mean, the main two matches I am excited for are both the women's matches, to be honest. I think Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks on night one main event could be fantastic. And I think the Rhea Ripley-Asuka match has the potential to be fantastic as well. The Daniel Bryan, Edge, Roman Reigns match looks pretty decent as well. But a lot of the matches just don't... I mean, this match does not interest me at all. The Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage does not interest me at all. I think I enjoy the fact that they brought Shane O'Mac back and he was having matches and stuff like that, but when they just try and shoehorn him into weird and wonderful feuds every year just for the sake of getting him on there, it sort of takes it away from me. But this could be all. There it was. That's a crossroads by The Miz, more or less. Pin on Damien Priest. Morrison has Bad Bunny under control on the outside, and there is the win for The Miz and John Morrison. They will get themselves both a ranking point, and they will also get themselves a tag team ranking point as well, which, of course, we should be crowning the tag team champions in a few weeks. Our first tag team champions. It's been a long and arduous competition, but it is what it is, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll see how that all pans out. Right, so now it is time for us to move on to our main event of this episode, which is going to be the match I was just talking about, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, the one that I think may end up stealing the show. I really do. But yeah, I'm glad, to be honest, if I'm going to put Bad Bunny on my rankings, I didn't want him at +1. The fact he's going to go in at -1, we might use him again in the future. We might use him as a jobber, maybe, I don't know. We could find some excuse for him. Make a Bad Bunny and, I don't know, Snoop Dogg tag team or something. Who knows? Either way, let's move on. And here we go then. The main event of night number 1 of WrestleMania will be the Women's Championship match between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. I mean, I suppose it makes sense considering that Bianca Belair won the Women's Royal Rumble. Did she win it from number 2, which is quite disappointing, really. It means you've gone all that way. And you end up getting number 2 rather than number 1. That's got to be frustrating. I mean, number 2 and number 1 enter at the same time, but winning the Rumble from number 2 just doesn't sound as good as winning it from number 1, does it? For me, Bianca Belair wins this. Bianca Belair wins this. I think this is going to be one of the best matches. I think the 2 women's matches have the potential to outdo the entire show. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair on one night. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley on another night. Those 2 matches, for me, have the potential to steal the show. And I feel this one's going to be a highly emotional match. I feel like Bianca Belair will finally get the victory. And I feel like at the very end, Bianca's going to be crying. She's going to get the championship. It's going to be one of those good sort of heartfelt moments. It's going to be one of those WrestleMania moments that they'll bring up for years to come. And this, of course, the second ever women's match to main event WrestleMania. And I do think it'll outdo the first one because I was never a big fan of the first Triple Threat women's match. I really wanted to be, but I just, like I said before, I don't think Ronda was quite ready for a match of that magnitude. I feel like if Asuka was in that instead of Ronda, then it would have been better. But, of course, they had to have Ronda because she was the selling point. To make a bit of a glitchiness there. I don't know if that's come through on the video or not, but we're back up and running. Nice slam there by Bianca Belair into the pin for the one, only the 1 count. Belair now bringing Sasha back up to her feet, and Sasha sending Belair off the ropes into the running clothesline. Again, Sasha bringing Bianca back up. Into the corner and running knee strike in the corner. Sasha now bringing Bianca Belair back up to her feet. Belair flattens Sasha into the pin. Sasha able to kick out. And Belair with a backbreaker as well. Boot in the spine of Sasha Banks. So yeah, let me know what you think's going to happen in the description down below. Like I said, I really feel like this is going to be a Belair victory. I'll be very surprised if Sasha does retain the championship. I think it'll be a clean win. I think it'll be a big face win. And like I said, Bianca Belair will get the pop for winning it. I feel like she's really developed a really good audience in the WWE now, and it'd be nice to see her go the whole way finally. Belair, big knee strike in the face of Sasha, still controlling the match. Belair once again bringing Sasha back up to a standing base, round the back. Up she goes. Look at that incredible strength, dumping Sasha face first onto the mat. And I think her head also caught that bottom rope, which could cause some injury. And now the wheelbarrow slamming again. Sasha face first into the mat. Sasha pops back up to her feet, but Bianca Belair catches her. And now up into a powerbomb that drops her over the top, face first again. Finally into the pin, and this could be enough. Sasha's taken a lot of damage so far, and Bianca Belair picks up the victory, just like I reckon she will do in real life. Well, there we go. That is our 2 nights of WrestleMania matches from number 1. Over the next 2 days, we'll have all the matches from WrestleMania Night 2. Tomorrow, we'll start things off with Matt Riddle versus Sheamus, Big E versus Apollo Crews, and Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. And then the final day will be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. It will be The Fiend versus Randy Orton, and it will be Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. So there we go, Sasha Banks unhappy, but it is Bianca Belair who stands in the middle of the ring with her hand held high as your victor in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. That's what I think is going to happen. Of course, like I said, if you're not already, then make sure you join our Discord. You'll be able to put your predictions forward to see who you think is going to win these matches. And, of course, it's a nice little community as well. I hope you've enjoyed. Of course, if you have, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and that other good stuff. And I will see you again next time for our next episode of our WWE 2K19 Universe Mode here of SWE, and our WrestleMania hype train continues. Good night.